So hi guys, welcome back to yet another session from Innovation Tech Community. And in this session, we'll be going to be discussing about the artificial intelligence, the LLMs, and the so-called GPT module, and we are also going to have a lot of demo regarding this. This presentation. So let me quickly share my screen and let's dive in. Okay, so guys, before I start, if you have any queries, you have any doubts, please ping them in the comment section, which we will be discussing it in later phases. And then I will be able to provide you an explanation about your doubt, your queries. So you're more than welcome to put down your doubts in the comment section, which I will come later to that. So firstly, let us start. Okay. So artificial intelligence, LLMs architecture, and open AI services. So no, AI is being used a lot right now these days, and everyone wants to learn about this AI and what's so big that makes AI big, right? So I've tried to compile a few things, and I've tried to explain what it really is, and hopefully that's helpful for you. Yeah. So before we start, this is a short introduction about me. So I'm Azar, and I have written a few books, and I regularly write articles. I mean technical articles, and I hold a few certifications as well, like the developer associate, the DevOps engineer expert, ITSM specialist, etc. So this is that's enough about me. Let's move forward. Okay. So when we say this word artificial intelligence, right? So we are going to discuss about the background of this, which brings us back to NLP. So NLP stands for natural language processing. So for example, when you're chatting with a chatbot, or no, when you're chatting with chat GPT, right? If you ask a certain things like write me an essay about this topic, right? So that is the request you are giving to that module. So what happens in the background is what happens is like NLP is happening. For example, the question you asked, right? Write me an essay about a certain topic. So in the background, what happens is it takes that response from us, and it you know there are two things happening in the background. For example, NLG and NLU, which is natural language generation, natural language understanding. These two are the main things which are happening in the background. So the response which we gave to the chat gpt, right? So what happens is it takes that and it tries to understand it, which is natural language understanding. So I've given a sentence, right? So that sentence is being segregated into parts and it is understanding it. So this understanding part, that is done by transformers, which I will be later discussing. And there is after understanding this, what it does is it generates a response back. I have given a request, so it is generating the response. So write an essay about this topic. So it starts writing essay on that particular topic. So that is NLU and NLG. NLU is where your content is being understood, whichever whatever you know given it to the chat GPT, it is understanding, and NLG is generating and response based on that understanding. So that is NLU and NLG together, that's like a combo. So that is NLP, which is natural language processing. The word itself has a hunch, right? Natural language processing. Whatever the language, we won't talk to chat gpt or other modules, AI modules, in an programming language, right? We just talk like we are talking to a human. So that is natural language, and processing is like how it processes the information and gives a response back. Okay, so LLMs, large language modules. So when I say this word LLMs, you might not be, some of you might know, but obviously a lot of people might not know what an LLM is. So if I ask another question, do you know what is ChatGPT, right? most of you would say that yes, I know ChatGPT. So the thing is, ChatGPT is one of the module under LLM. So that is making LLM bigger, right? So LLM is a very big thing, and inside that LLM there are n number of modules, and in that one of the module is ChatGPT, right? So whatever we are using in ChatGPT, it comes under the big umbrella called LLM, which is Large Language Module. So what is it and what does it do? So let's say, for example, we said that ChatGPT is an example of an LLM, right? So what does ChatGPT do? So it can generate text, it can generate images, right? It can give us, it is like an interactive bot, just like a person. It is responding to us, right? We can ask it to translate, we can ask it to write paragraphs, we can, text to image, text to videos. If you give a text, if you want it to be in a video, you can do that with the LLM modules. So that is LLM. Okay. And for this LLM, okay, for example, let's take this ChatGPT itself. So where is, what is making ChatGPT for so famous, right? So whenever you give a prompt to ChatGPT, how does it know what the right answer is? For example, if you ask a question, I mean, like a factual question, where is Taj Mahal located? It should say that it is located in India and this particular place, right? So how does that ChatGPT know about this location, and where is this, information coming from? That is a biggest question, and the answer is, guys, you know there is a larger training which the ChatGPT has undergone. Many of you might also know that the ChatGPT's knowledge is only extend to 2022, right? So what is its source? So it is being trained in anything and everything in the internet, from the internet, which began in 2022. So all the information which is in the internet is its training data. So if you ask a question, it is just like you are googling it. I mean, you just go into Google and asking, where is Taj Mahal located? So you might find the answer, right? So the ChatGPT, what it does is, the similar data, the training data which is given to the ChatGPT is from internet, mostly from the internet, and that too up to 2022. So in this ChatGPT, so chat, let's keep this chat aside, and there is the word called GPT, which is generative pre-trained transformers. This is very important because, generative pre-trained transformers. Okay, generative. So what is this generative? So for example, if you're asking something, if you're asking for a template, I mean article, right? As like previously I've said, so it generates a response according to our request. Let's say I'm giving a request and it is generating a response, right? So that is generative. Pre-trained means all the information which is being provided by this GPT module are pre-trained. Pre-trained in the meaning what? Yeah, I said, like all the data from the internet to 2022, right? So all that is this chat GPT's pre-trained data. So how come it is so, um, how come it is so efficiently, giving the answers for whatever the questions they have, right? That is working on transformers, the last part. GPT, T is for transformers. For example, there, if I say a sentence, right, there is, what will be the next word, after is? It is most probably is followed by an A, right? There is a, can be a cat, dog. So this transformer, for example, if I've asked ChatGPT, um, write me a poem on cat. Okay, so it starts, it take that as a request, and it starts, generating its own content in the background. Like I said, NLP, right? So it starts generating that, and it will look from where it will look, it will look from the pre-trained data. Okay, from all the data it has, like it is being trained with pentillions of data. So it just goes to that, and the transformer, what it does is, from those vast data, it takes word by word, I mean letter by letter, word by word, it arranges it. For example, the cat is beautiful, and it is, um, you know it is fluffy. For example, the cat is beautiful and it is fluffy. The cat is beautiful. So the each words are generated by these transformers. The cat is followed by it is a beautiful cat. So this is called transforming. So the transformer plays a major role in the content generation from ChatGPT. Don't worry, this might sound a little technical and stuff, but moving forward we'll be seeing a lot of demos. So yeah. Okay, so there are a lot of ethical considerations, right? For example, if you go and ask ChatGPT to do something illegal, or if you ask ChatGPT to make a bomb for you, would ChatGPT respond to that, or what would it say? I know many of you might also try this weird, but that happens, right? What if it falls in the people's hands who are not good thinkers, who are negative, so who can harm the society, or who can harm another human, right? That happens, that obviously happens. So there are a lot of ethical considerations while building this AI module. That is, it should not do a certain things. Even if the user asks, I mean, even if as you as a user or a developer, if you ask, it should not say that if you ask for an bomb formula for a bomb, it should not give you that. So that is what I'm meant. So that it also works on a basic principles. So that is called the ethical considerations, and it should always have an human oversight. For example, you can't trust an AI module, be it very accurate. Let's assume that the module is 100% accurate, but still it needs human oversight. So moving forward, okay, let's jump into the practical sessions, because this might be a little boring going theoretically. Okay, for that, let's go into my Azure subscription. Okay, guys, this session is also recorded, and we'll have this posted. I mean, the recorded session will be posted shortly, so it's no problem. Okay, so for the people who are new, this is how an Azure subscription looks like. So if you don't have a subscription, you can go back and sign up for a free trial account, which is entirely free, and you can try using it for the 30 days, I guess. That is the limit of the free trial account. So now we are going to create an open AI resource. We can just search it over here, or it is already available for me here. So let's go with that. Okay, so create. I already have two, but let's create a new one. Now, basically, what we are going to do is through this OpenAI, we are going to look for a few modules, and we are going to play with that. Okay. So this is my subscription, the resource group. Okay. A resource group, what happens, like whatever the information or the services which are being created in Azure will be stored in this resource group. So yeah, let's name it as OpenAI RG. Okay, and the region is US, East US. Let it be that Open AI demo. Okay, standard. These naming conventions are little tricky. If you have an error, don't panic. Just try it with a different name. So next we have to, okay, next. Okay, so as you can see that the deployment is being initialized, right? So it should complete in order to continue with using the resource. So this is a Azure portal where I have created an um, open AI service. Okay, so it is okay. It is being deployed. In the meanwhile, let's navigate to OpenAI Studio. You can navigate to this by just entering oai.azure.com, and it will open your OpenAI Studio. So this is my OpenAI Studio, and what are we going to do today? We are going to, let's say, play with the speech studio. Okay. So okay, we have our speech studio here. Okay. So there is a new feature, introduced in the speech studio, which is text to speech avatar. So we are going to play with this avatar. Okay, let's open this. Okay, so when I have created a resource in the Azure portal, right, which I've already shown you, so the same subscription should be, I mean, if you're logging in with an particular email in your Azure portal, the same email should be, logged in here. And upon logging in, it will ask you to choose the OpenAI resource. So just in case we have created an OpenAI demo there, right, the same thing should be selected here also. So yeah, here we are. So these are the avatars currently available. We are going to go with Lisa casually sitting. Okay. So what are we going to ask? I mean, what happens here is whatever we type here, we have a lot of languages. For example, I'm going to select Tamil. I mean, in that also we have a lot of dialects, which is if you're from Malaysia, that about dialects, right? So yeah, I'm selecting Tamil. So after selecting Tamil, I have an option to select the voices. It is Pallavi and Valluvar, which obviously is a female and a male voice. How would you like to generate your response? So we have selected the language here as Tamil, right? So we have to give the text we are going to give, right? That should be in the language Tamil. So let's see. Okay, I have a okay. So I'm just going to paste it here. Okay. Okay, so we also have another feature called inserting gestures. This gestures, what it does is, while it is speaking, while the AI is speaking the thing which we wrote down, right? So do you want to add a gesture over there? Let's say uh, these are the gestures. You can see there are quite a lot of gestures, right? So let's use okay, this in second line. Okay, so this is a gesture. After this, after the end, it should say this. Let's assume. Okay, so we have given it data. We have selected the language. We have selected the voice, and we have also selected the avatar. If you want the background also, you can select that. There are few backgrounds. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to preview the video. Okay, guys, it is previewed because that is not a bigger sentence, right? I just gave 2 lines of data as it to speak.
நீ நிதானமா இல்ல உன் கால் தரையில படலை முதல்ல நில்லு அப்புறம் வந்து சொல்லு.
See how it acts, like, right? We had gestures and we have exactly this, right? It spoke in the dialect we wanted. So that is working wonders, right? This is one of the new feature which is being introduced. Not so new, but the latest one which was introduced in the speech studio. So let me play this again for you. See how realistic it is.
நீ நிதானமா இல்ல உன் கால் தரையில படலை முதல்ல நில்லு அப்புறம் வந்து சொல்லு.
Okay, so this is how it works. For example, if you're a content creator and if you want to sit in front of a camera and you should want to record yourself for 30 minutes, right? So that would be a tiring process. For that, you just have to feed in the script and let AI do the rest, right? So yeah, we also have something in Hindi because not everyone knows Tamil. Okay, let's do something in Hindi. Okay, knows what this dialogue is, you can probably chat, put that for the chat. Let's see, this is Hindi. Okay, we have Hindi here. Okay, and we should have to preview this again. It is previewing, I guess. Yeah, it is previewing. Okay, okay, so that is previewed successfully, and let's see.
सिंदूर की कीमत तुम क्या जानो रमेश बाबू. ईश्वर का आशीर्वाद होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर. सुहागन के सर का ताज होता है एक चुटकी सिंदूर.
Okay, so for people who are wondering this, one of the famous dialogues in the movie Om Shanti Om. So let's download this. Likewise we can keep the transcript in any language we want, and if we want the video content to be created, it can be created. So this is one of the feature inside the Speech Studio. So let's try another feature in the Speech Studio, which is okay, captioning with the speech to text. For example, if you have joined through LinkedIn, probably whatever I'm speaking, right, if you have enabled the captions, auto captions, whatever I'm speaking, that will be displayed below in English, right? So the same way we can do it with the um, speech, I mean captioning with speech text. We just have to feed in the video, and whatever the language, it automatically detects it, or we can set that as well, and we can generate that. Okay. mm, let's translate this, won't we? Okay, we have an translation also. Okay, whatever, we have downloaded a video, right, that is in Hindi. So let's say I don't understand Hindi, and I just want it to be into English. I just found this video and I want to know what it really means. So okay, Hindi, and it should be translated to English. This is the video. Okay, that is okay. Yes, it's loading. Okay, it's loading. See, whatever was in that video, it is being translated into English, right? If you want it to be translated into Japanese, or you can play with it more. So it just says, what do you mean? The same thing which is being translated to English. So that is the power of AI that we are leveraging these days. Not only this, we can do a lot of other stuff as well. If you want to, let's say for example, if you're building an application which automatically identifies the language and of the user is speaking, and it should translate into a certain language, for example Hindi to English or Japanese to English, or whatever it might be. So in that case, you just have to create a few resources in Azure, and you can even use the code here. You just whatever you write, it is generating code in the background. You can also download the code and use it for the further enhancing your application. So okay, let's see if there is any other thing. probably this is, this is 6:30, right? And probably a lot of people might not be available in their homes in a weekend. That is totally understandable. So that's why we made this and recorded session. And after watching the recording, if you feel like, if you want to ask a few questions regarding the, regarding AI, anything related to AI, please, feel free to ping me over LinkedIn, X, or I have given my handles, social handles, in the last slide. Okay, so guess that's it. I'll also provide these two links in the chat for you. If you want to play with these OpenAI services, you are happy to do that. But in order to access the OpenAI, you should have an subscription and also an OpenAI access. So just ping me if you want to play around this, and let's see where I can help you. So that is it for now, guys. If you have any queries, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much.